Okay, so how these work together and why they work together. Well, first and foremost, um, the most important thing is education. I constantly try to educate myself on what I'm taking, and what it's for. Like Adderall, I try to break everything down. What is Adderall doing? It's an amphetamine that's working on ADD and ADHD. So then, what is ADD? What is ADHD? Lack thereof dopamine. So then I Google dopamine, and go through that whole thing. How to increase dopamine, which is you can increase it with so many different ways, from sex to chocolate to running to going for like a run, and just there's so many different ways. Well, ADD and ADHD, what is it? It's lack thereof releasing dopamine chemicals. So how to get more dopamine? Is there a pill called dopamine? So I researched all this stuff. The first thing I did was, all right, I want to buy dopamine. How do you do that? Well, not that I can find. You can't just go find pills called dopamines. So then I was like, okay, so how do you do it? So then, I come across L-tyrosine, and I knew about this supplement, and that focuses on helping with releasing dopamine or getting more of that. So then I said, okay, I'll order that. Adderall also plays a role in your serotonin. So then, after doing research on L-tyrosine and things, I got turned to 5-HTP, and 5-HTP, for some reason, also goes really well. It's supposed to go pretty good with L-tyrosine, and it'll also help with sleep as well. Because with Adderall, obviously, it's a stimulant, so it's hard to sleep on it. So taking them together, I said, okay, great. So then I did that for 43 days, and it's worked. It's gotten me through it. I was really just trying to go, the withdrawals, the withdrawals from not having Adderall anymore, having it for 25 years, and then just getting off the prescription. It's a huge hurdle. So I wanted to make the hurdle easier. And of course, Modafinil in itself is one of them things that it's been talked about, and Modafinil is kind of like an Adderall. It's a nootropic. It's not a stimulant medication, if I'm not mistaken. But it can do a lot of the same things. It can suppress your appetite, and don't take it at night because it'll mess with your sleep, keep you up. It's kind of like for people who have narcolepsy, I want to say, Modafinil, can keep you awake, but it makes you a little bit more alert and oriented. And then it also gives you more focus. Well, Adderall, especially if you've taken it for the first time, gives you more focus, more drive as well, and just more energy to do things you don't want to do, especially the mundane tasks. So Modafinil doesn't do it as profound as Adderall. It's not as powerful, and for good reason, because Adderall is not safe, in my opinion. At least it wasn't for me. Well, I've taken Modafinil by itself, and it, like I said in the other video, it just does not. It doesn't even. It's nothing like Adderall by itself, but nor is L-tyrosine or 5-HTP. But when I combined them all today, I did a half a teaspoon of L-tyrosine right after breakfast. I had a healthy breakfast. I say healthy. I had eggs and bacon, carbless, breakfast. And then I took, a half a teaspoon of L-tyrosine, and then I took one capsule of 5-HTP. And then maybe a couple hours later, my Modafinil just came in from the mail. And I ordered it online, modafinilcat.com. I won't provide a link or anything, but it's self-explanatory, modafinilcat.com. That'll actually transfer you to a website called affenolexpress.com. But yeah, I ordered it overseas. I'm not endorsing any of this stuff, obviously, so I'm not here trying to sell you anything, and I'm not here to make a dollar trying to sell it to you, so you can rest assured, no, I'm not, trying to be a salesman on this. But yeah, it comes in the afternoon, and I took one tablet, a 200 milligram tablet, which can be a lot for some people. And I'm saying that this will replicate a 30 milligram Adderall tablet. I felt exactly like I feel on a 30 milligram Adderall tablet. Now, I'm just one person, so I'm not going to say this is going to work the same for everyone else. Every person's different, so keep that in mind. But I can tell you that I've been taking Adderall for 25 years. I know exactly what the side effects are and how it makes me feel. And this felt identical. I felt like I was on Adderall, which, I just thought, wow, I should share this with people, because there's a lot of people out there that might not like Adderall. And it feels just like Adderall the first time you take it. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, if you haven't taken Adderall in like a year and then you take it for the first time, typically there's a lot more euphoria there, and it feels really great. Modafinil will not cause euphoria, nor will L-tyrosine with 5-HTP. But for some reason, maybe it is partial placebo effect, I don't know. But no, all three of them combined, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just all of a sudden hopped up and started fixing my computer, building this custom computer I haven't wanted to do for months. Just out of the blue, started doing that. Next thing you know, I was posting things, that junk laying around the house that I've had for God knows how long, up for sale, and selling them on Craigslist, and I was just doing a lot more, and the focus was there, the intensity was there. It was great. It was a great thing to feel. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Adderall is great. I'm just saying Adderall is usually pretty damn awesome if you take it for the first time in a long period. Obviously, going down the Adderall road, highly do not recommend it. I beg everybody out there who's tried this or hasn't tried it or is thinking about taking it, please seek alternative options first. I know it's cliche, but yeah, go, focus on other things like exercise and healthy eating, low in the sugar area. Try not to eat much sugar at all, period. And then worst case scenario, if you're like, nope, you have it in your head, I don't care what Josh says, I don't care what any of these people say, I'm getting Adderall, then go with what I'm telling you. L-tyrosine with modafinil and 5-HTP. And try that, given you're not allergic to any of those, and or you're just you can't get prescribed ads, whatever. And I would actually start off by doing L-tyrosine and modafinil. Adding the 5-HTP, that's to each his own. Look it up, understand what it is. I'm not going to go through what serotonin and how norepinephrine and all that, dopamine and everything works, because that would be forever long. This video is already 8.5 minutes, so yeah, hopefully this can help some people out there. Like, subscribe, whatever. Questions, definitely let me know. This is one day. I'm just letting you know now that I found a complete replication to Adderall, to a 30 milligram Adderall tablet. It felt identical. I feel like I said, I'm on a stimulant. So, but I think I'm signing off here. I've said what I needed to say. If you have any other recommendations, or you watch this video and you're like, you know what, Josh, I actually take this or that, and this, that's kind of the all-natural way, by all means, send it over. Keep in mind, I also take fish oil, and I do take vitamin D, 4,000 IUs of vitamin D every day, and magnesium. I'm a supplement like freak. Probably should get all of my supplements from my foods, but since I don't always, and I'm not a big fan of fish, I definitely take fish oil every day too. But yeah, send me in any recommendations and everything too, because I'm always out there. But This, as of right now, is great. We'll see how it works tomorrow. This is only day 1 of doing this. And also, 43 days off from Adderall as of right now. And it's been a really tough road. And I'll probably do a video on how it has been. But I would say after day 30, that was such a milestone to go 30 days, 30 complete days without any Adderall. It's been great. It's totally worth it. Highly recommend it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth taking Adderall. It's just not. There's too much out there. Be yourself. You know, the person you are. If you're hyper, people are gonna. You know what? If you're hyper, who cares? You know, people are gonna judge you regardless. If you're too calm, people will judge you. You know, embrace the hyperness and channel the energy. By God, channel that energy. You know, if you're like, well, people say I talk too much or I'm just wicked hyper, and this is why you're gonna take. Don't let people do that to you. It's not worth it, man. This is like chemical soup here, and it's just ruining. I think it ruins your brain, and just do not recommend it whatsoever. But I'm going to definitely be posting like probably 60 days off Addies, 90 days. I'm permanently getting off of them, but always seeking alternative measures. This alternative measure is so powerful, though, that I'm almost considering not doing this. Like, I'm going to do it tomorrow and maybe the next day and see how these following days go. But that's another thing. I don't like the way Adderall makes me feel. I do like the way it makes me feel the first day. But day 2, 3, 4, the rest of those days, you know, maybe day 2 as well, but the rest of those days, I hate it. Which is another cool video to check out is my every other day video. I didn't really go into detail, but if you're, no matter what, you're already prescribed Adderall and life is kind of shit and it's mundane, or you're just realizing that it's not working and you're thinking that your body's obviously adapting, watch the every other day video. That tricks your body and your mind and everything, and I think it works better that way. It's super hard to do, and you have to have a lot of self-control. But you know, if you're already prescribed it and you're taking it and you're just thinking, man, you know, it's something's wrong or whatever, it's the pill itself. And I highly recommend every other day or every 2-3 days you take it. It works better that way because it has a lot to do with the dopamine if you're taking it every day. But this video's turning into way too long of a video, guys. Subscribe, like, dislike, whatever. Definitely leave me comments. And yeah, good luck for everyone else out there who's going through the same battle or whatever. And I wish you all the best. Thanks.